Hey guys, welcome back to another Crossings video. I'm Charlotte, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you my 5 top design tips for trying to create that cottagecore aesthetic on your island. So without further ado, tip number 1 is terraforming. The cottagecore theme or cottagecore kind of vibe uses loads of complex terraforming, loads of different levels. Just try not to get too overwhelmed. To kind of take home points to avoid straight lines and right angles. So make sure with those cliffs and those rivers you're going for nice kind of rounded or quite random shapes, nothing too sharp. And with the waterfalls, not every waterfall has to be crazy like Niagara Falls. Just try some simple single track waterfalls, and you can do them so they kind of go over a corner as well. And yeah, just try and make like little nooks and crannies, little like secret areas or small little flower gardens, and just so there's loads to explore, almost like you would expect to find if you were wandering through, you know, an old foresty town. There'd be loads of little separate tracks and, you know, little things to see here and there, and that's what you kind of really want to try and create with your terraforming. Tip number 2 is custom paths. Now, custom paths make or break an island design, especially the cottagecore theme. There is so many like epic custom paths. The main kind of one to use for cottagecore is the worn paths. I did show this in a previous video. It basically looks like the grass has been worn away where people have walked, and this mechanic actually used to be in the game. So yeah, just try and have a play with it. Have a look on different designer codes, see what you can find. But anything kind of overgrown, foresty, flower paths, stepping stones, anything like that will really kind of go well with this theme. And then experiment with it as well, because if you layer them differently, they can give the different effects. So this custom path here that I've got, which is a crack, you can see if I lay it just onto the grass, it uses a full square, but it reacts differently. It uses kind of less space if I lay it on top of a single square of mud, like the mud path. So, you know, experiment with layering things on top of each other, because it can give a really cool and slightly different effect depending on what you're trying to go for. Tip number 3 is items. Obviously you get scored anyway on the amount of items that you've got on your island, but you want to make sure when you are placing it, especially if you're going for this cottagecore theme, you're picking everything that's kind of on trend. So you can see I've got my kind of favourite DIYs highlighted here, and they all have a very kind of natural, woodeny, kind of earthy feel to it. There's nothing too man-made, nothing too bright colours, very dull earthy tones. And yeah, this is the sort of furniture you want to try and mix in, either furniture or DIYs, you know, mix the two together. I think the really cool furniture is the fall furniture, so the fall DIYs, so the mushroom stuff, the acorn stuff. They're quite tricky to get those, so you might have to spend a bit of time trying to find those. Tip number 4 is flowers. You need to really use flowers in that cottagecore theme. It really gives, you know, you're going for a natural, overgrown, foresty vibe, and that's what you want to be using. So yeah, mixture of flowers and the cedar trees give you that vibe. Now it's up to you what you kind of go with. You can see here my flower gardens are absolutely overflowing until I decide what to do with them. But if I take you over the bridge to my duck pond, you can see that I've used kind of all a really kind of soft colour palette, so the almost pastel colours, yellows, pinks, whites, and that's the sort of theme I think you need to go to if you're going to theme your whole island. Is pick a colour or like a shade that you want to stick to, and that'll help to carry that theme throughout your entire island and help it to flow. Final tip, guys, is just to have fun with it. It can be really difficult to get your entire island to match that whole cottagecore aesthetic. It takes a lot of work, but just experiment, take your time, do one area at a time, and just try and then slowly bring that flow to your island. But yeah, enjoy it, guys. You know, the game's there to be enjoyed. Don't get too stressed, and if an area isn't really annoying you, Just leave it for a day, come back the next day with a fresh mind, fresh ideas, and I'm sure you will get it sorted. But as always guys, thank you for stopping by in today's video. If you are new, we do daily Animal Crossing videos on this channel, so if you've enjoyed it, please consider hitting subscribe and let me know in the comments what you found most useful. Otherwise, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye guys!